Well, our fascist podcaster overlords have chosen another one of their brethren to help destroy America. This time, it's for the position of Surgeon General, which historically has been filled by a person with, an impressive history of working in medicine with an emphasis on public health, say. The Surgeon General is basically to be America's doctor, providing guidance and education to the general public while also advising the administration on matters of public health. The most recent Surgeon General, for example, was Vivek Murthy, who was first appointed by Barack Obama, then replaced by Trump, then reappointed by Biden. Murthy co-founded a nonprofit to promote HIV/AIDS education while he was still just a freshman at Harvard. And before graduating, he started another organization to train women as community health workers in rural India. He then completed his internal medicine residency at Brigham and Women's Hospital and Harvard Medical School before founding a third public health organization, this time a nonprofit focused on improving access to affordable health care for all Americans. He also went on to found a company that streamlines and improves the process of clinical trials in order to bring new drugs to market more quickly. So, what impressive person has Trump chosen to finally replace Murthy? Casey Means, a social media influencer with no medical license who failed to finish her surgical residency and who thinks vaccines hurt children, and she claims that she finally found love at 35 years of age by hiring a psychic, wishing on pennies, and talking out loud to trees. But hey, she did get a sweet 2 million views on her episode of Joe Rogan that she did with her equally idiotic brother. And as we know by now, that is the most important credential you can have to get into any position in the Trump regime. I'll be honest, I was originally prepared to talk about this idiot last spring when Trump first said that he wanted her as Surgeon General, but luckily and unluckily for humanity, I guess, her confirmation was postponed because she gave birth. At that point, I figured she was out because she wasn't just getting criticized by those of us who understand science and critical thinking. Hilariously, the biggest Make America Healthy Again zealots on the far right accused her of being an establishment tool who isn't extreme enough. Last May, David Gilbert wrote for Wired that Mike the Health Ranger Adams complained, "She's not a health freedom advocate. She's not a vaccine truther. She'll never recommend natural cancer cures or remedies. She's basically cosplaying as a Maha champion. In reality, she is an establishment pick, and she'll push the establishment narrative. 100% guaranteed, count on it." Meanwhile, Laura Loomer opposed the nomination because she dug through Means' old shitter posts and discovered evidence that Means may have been vaccinated against COVID. Oh no, the horror. All of that is obviously extremely funny, but what's not funny is that it looks like this nomination is moving forward again, starting on the day that this video goes live, more or less Wednesday, February 25th, when the Senate Committee on Health, Education, Labor, and Pensions begins their questioning. That committee includes senators from all across the country, so feel free to just pick one and let them know what an absolute kook this lady is. Because it's not just her lack of credentials, it's not just the vaccine denialism or the psychics or the tree conversations that bother me. In addition to all of that, Casey Means is anti-birth control. Many times over the years, I have warned that the religious right was never going to stop once they killed Roe v. Wade. Once they are able to make abortions illegal nationwide, they can and will come after birth control. Why? Simple. Birth control is a safe and effective way for women to take control of their own reproduction, allowing them to finish school, get a job, make sure they are truly ready and willing to become a parent before they have a baby. Hormonal birth control is also medicine that can prevent debilitating pain, migraines, PCOS, endometriosis, for example. It can even cut the risk of ovarian or endometrial cancer by up to 50% in high-risk individuals. But women who are healthy, happy, and in control of their own bodies are not the kind of women who are easily manipulated, used, and abused. And so the religious right will fight to stop women from accessing birth control at all costs. Means is part of a growing chorus of TikTok and Instagram influencers who are spreading misinformation about the hidden dangers of hormonal birth control and the related effectiveness of natural methods of family planning. Studies show that 74% of YouTube influencers who spoke about birth control and about half of TikTok posts on the subject encourage people to discontinue using them with no evidence to back that up. This problem is very similar to the problem of free birthers that I discussed late last year. Women are ignored, mocked, or pushed into unnecessary procedures and unnecessary drugs by a medical establishment that has failed to consider their unique needs for the past forever. And so these women turn to quack influencers in a desperate attempt to gain some kind of control. More and more women are now suspicious of hormonal birth control and see it as a dangerous product pushed onto them by big pharma. And so people like Means step in to tell them that they are right, as she did last year in this interview with Tucker Carlson.
I always noticed that you were not allowed to criticize the pill, period. And now I feel like maybe we were played a little bit.
You've got the pill, and it just goes hand in hand with the rise in the hand of industrial agriculture. The spraying of these pesticides. You've got these medications that are literally shutting down the hormones in the female body that create this cyclical, life-giving nature of women. We basically told women these hormones don't matter. Your ability to create the most miracle of any miracles, which is create life, just shut it down. There's no impacts. Your cycle and having these hormonal cycles is part and parcel with our health in every possible way, and also with the miracle of creating life. And so for years, you just lose the biofeedback of what's happening with your cycle. It is one of the key barometers of female health. How is your cycle doing? Is it regular? Is it heavy? And we just shut it down and say there's no repercussions for that, which I think gets to a larger issue, which is a disrespect of life.
Just like the free birthers, these anti-birth control influencers have a grain of truth to build upon. As this piece from 19th News describes, many people are never taught about the full menstrual cycle, how hormones change throughout our lives, and how tracking your cycle can help you understand and monitor your own reproductive health. They point out that an organization called Facts About Fertility seeks to close that gap by sharing science-backed research with doctors and patients. And that's awesome, but unfortunately, it might be too little too late. The misinformation artists captured social media, and from there, now they've captured our government. An anti-birth control quack might be about to step in as America's doctor, and that is extremely dangerous. So if you have a senator who has the chance to vet Means, please make them aware of her history. Unless that senator happens to be a MAGA Republican, at that point, I guess you can just try telling them that she isn't a big enough quack and see how that works out.
No, Indy, leave it. You bastard.
Hey everybody, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. If you loved the video, please subscribe. And if you think the world could use more videos like this and you happen to have a few bucks laying around, head to patreon.com/Rebecca and join an awesome community of nerds like the people whose names you see on the screen right now. Thanks.